Okay, in terms of expected outcomes, just to wrap up here, what kind of roles and where in the world, we're thinking this very broadly. By the way, one other reason that we like the 6-week internship in the middle of the year, you want to do your internship in London or Beijing or wherever in the world, go for it. You can do that, right? Because you've got that 6-week hole in the schedule, and that's one of the nice things about that, okay, as opposed to just being local here. So that's certainly possible. But we imagine the career options here will be, a lot of you will go work as research analysts or more likely associates. You'll get promoted up at the master's level rather than start as an analyst. Portfolio management as well, a different kind of research. You might even go into risk management departments. You'll be trained for jobs both on the buy and the sell side. So you might work for firms like AQR, where you're selling products. You might work for endowments or big corporate pension funds, where you're essentially buying those products or being pitched those products. The same skill sets are needed to evaluate them. Hedge funds, mutual funds, endowments, institutions, consultants. I have a good friend who runs the research desk at Cambridge Associates in Boston. He's constantly looking for top people, and he can't compete as well on salary with the hedge funds of the world. He's totally excited about this program for people that want to do that and help firms make better decisions. Even the financial advisory business, you want to deal with high net worth individuals rather than institutions, and retail, perfectly fine. And by the way, I gave a talk last summer at the SEC. They're dying for talent to evaluate investments. So if you want to get into the regulation business, you still got to know these tools as well. So I'm hoping that this will present a broad range of potential opportunities for our students, okay, and everywhere in the world. And by the way, for one or two of you, you might get so turned on by this stuff you decide to stay and get a PhD. That'd be fine by me, okay? In fact, in a lot of master's programs, this happens. And a lot of my current students, one in particular, who I think he's going to be terrific. I think he's going to get a great job at a university. He was an undergrad at Chicago, then worked for me as an analyst at AQR, and decided he after a few years decided he wanted to get a PhD, and is now that experience I think has really helped him. And he told me he wished a program like this had existed back then. He would have done that first. Okay. So how will this program get you there faster? I do think it's equivalent to several years of accumulated benefits on the job. The training programs that you get at these firms, they last a few months, sometimes 6 months to a year, but it's sporadic. It's a course here and there. You're learning on the job, but most of what you're doing is a lot of data work and grinding through stuff, which is useful, but it's not giving you that set of skills. It takes several years to accumulate that. I hope, my optimistic hope here is that doing this for a year, as intense as it will be equivalent to a couple of years of on-the-job training in that stuff.